dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming, okay, it's a dream. And I pray as a team, one day it'll be me. If I want it, then I get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me. I swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it all, you got one life to ball. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it all. Need a handout, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it by the grand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if
looking to see if we can get a bit of a heater of a battle. Gatekeeper, your leader. Mr. Rabble running second. And Skyvet in third. You want to be the top two in this one to advance into our winner's bracket. Of course, third, going into our consolation bracket. And their next match is going to be a head-to-head for fun. So not the worst as of yet. No tears to kick off our hobbyist division here. The 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. As we look to your leader, Gatekeeper, about to go on to lap number 2. Second just crashed behind me as OSD says game over. Of course, there's no marshaling. But there's also no worries there for Mr. Rabble as he gets back up and on his way. That opened the door a little bit for Skyvet, but Skyvet just going to try and put down a PB lap. White flag flying for Mr. Rabble. He was lining up on that crash gate, so now I got one more to go. Running second. Looks like he's in a good position to advance, but we'll see how it all plays out. Your leader, Gatekeeper, is about 3/4 of the way through as he goes through the corkscrew section. Around behind our friends RMB IT Tech Solutions. Over the uprights, it's a goal through the start-finish gate to the crash gate, and there's a W for Gatekeeper. Qualified second in that group, in that heat, and he is going to get the win to advance to match number 8. No channel changes. 2 to finish up. Mr. Rabble on his final lap, and Skyvet's going to have one more lap to go here as he goes through our start-finish cube over a nice smooth line over our crash gate. Hopefully he's running a stripped-down GoPro on this. We got some footy showing us some nice lines. And there's Mr. Rabble coming to a stop inside of our crash gate. So Mr. Rabble and Gatekeeper, second and first, respectively. Moving on in our winner's bracket to match number 8, no channel changes. Skyvet going to go to match number 7, no channel change. And even though that's in the consolation bracket, that is also going to be not an elimination race. No, sir. That is not an elimination race up there. That'll be for fun when we get to match number 8. That was match number 3. And so that means we bring in match number 4 next. With Sharp Turns Kilo Spare Parts Jr. You got a practice pack. And then your elimination race, which means we're 3 away from match 5, the Deans and Fitty. And 5 away from match number 6, winner's bracket with Ethan FPV, Denmark, Borgslayer, and Dre Nautilus. As they're clapping for Skyvet. Skyvet getting into that crash gate as well, making it legit. And of course, Skyvet moving up to match number 7. Even though that's in the consolation bracket, it won't be an elimination as it'll only be a head-to-head for fun when we get to that point there. Match number 4. Practice session. It's coming up here in a moment. I want to say hello and welcome to those joining us on YouTube. We're on the WeBLEED FPV channel. Say hello to Zebra3, Dingles, Nicole Patry, Johnny Scars, Props Off, Action Slate, Bumper, and those watching the Multi-GP YouTube channel as well. Say hello to Nordy, Cowboy with a Camera. We appreciate you being with us here this morning. You haven't missed much. We're on match number 4. This is our hobbyist class, which means not an entire full grid. I think 59 pilots. 2 more than last year making it to Championship Sunday. We're at match number 4. On the left-hand side of your screen, our TQ of our hobbyist division. Sharp Turns FPV of Warwick, Rhode Island. And Kilo, second highest seed in this heat. And Spare Parts Jr. The pilots are ready to fly, and this is a practice heat. To commence the party, good luck, pilots. Armor Quads live on zone, lesson 5. So I'll give you the earlier results. For those joining us this morning, say, oh man, we missed the beginning. Yeah, but we'll give you an update. We haven't eliminated any pilots yet. Ethan FPV was our first winner of the morning back in match number 1. 51st in qualifying this week. He was in the sport class podium last year here at the WeBLEED NorthEast WUB Championship. He got the win. Denmark got second, moving to the winner's bracket. The Deans was third, and moving into the consolation bracket for him. In match number 2, Borg Slayer got the win. He was the high seed in that heat. Draenautilus was the low seed in that heat. He got second. They're going to be up here momentarily. Match number 6, a full heat of 4. And we saw Fitty. Fitty got his laps in. He's in the consolation bracket, was third in match number 2. And just moments ago, we ran match number 3. The win going to Gatekeeper of Arizona. Mr. Rabble pulled up second. Gatekeeper Mr. Rabble moving on in our winner's bracket to match number 8. One race away from the semifinal, the winner's bracket. Skyvet got his 2 laps in, pulled up third. We're going to move him to match number 7, the consolation bracket. Now you're up to date. The 3 pilots you're seeing fly right now are just warming up. We're going back to back here in the preliminary round, a warm-up pack, and then we go for real. So though this looks real, this is just for fun. Sharp Turns got 2 laps. 33 and a 28. Kilo with 2 laps, 33 and a 43. Spare Parts Junior with a 72 opening lap, working on lap number 2. And Kilo is trying to get that 3rd lap recorded. Gone through the start-finish gate into the crash gate. Almost. There we go. Kilo comes in, landed in that crash gate. Not like Sully into the Hudson. More like the other plane that we saw go into the Potomac. But at least we know where it is. This is the 2025 WeBLEED NorthEast WUB Championship. Hey, there's 2 for Spare Parts Junior on the practice session. Of course, we want to thank our host for this event, WeBLEED FPV, WeBLEEDFPV.com. We fly, we strive, we bleed. Thank you to Jeff and Jace and the entire team, WeBLEED FPV, supporting the FPV community year-round, hosting this event, I believe, for the 3rd time. We also have a ultimate partner, brand new partner here in 2025, RNB IT Solutions. Elevate your digital capability. Our friends at Emacs are with us as well, the Red Bottom Boys. Along with, Yes. Diamond partner, Beta FPV. You need to fly that naked GoPro, put it on a Beta FPV craft, betafpv.com. I want to thank our friends at Happy Model, one of our gold sponsors, along with Fractal Engineering. Radio Masters with us here in 2025. And our silver partners, Gem Fan, Hoot FPV, Vifly, and T Hobby, aka T Motor. Pilots making their final preparations. You see just below me there on the right-hand side. Sharp Turns is your high seed. Kilo, your 2nd high seed. Spare Parts Junior, 3rd seed. In practice, here in our Hobbyist division, 2 laps in practice, 2 laps in brackets. Practice and brackets, and all 3 pilots got their 2 laps in. Looks like we're doing a little bit of last-minute diagnosing. So those at least watching on the Multi-GP YouTube channel, familiar with our formats, top 16, double elimination, brackets. But a bunch of changes as it is whoops from our traditional Multi-GP rules that are not changes. They're just the Northeast Whoop Championship rules. We'll talk about them in a moment as we're set to fly. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. We are live on the tone in less than 5. Seeker sliding right up there to make sure that everyone got a good start. And looked like Sharp Turns was first off the block, but we got an early leader by way of Kilo after Sharp Turns had a little bit of a crash. And wow, this is our 4th match of the day, and we got blade to blade, motor to motor, duck to duck battle right now. Sharp Turns getting by Kilo, taking the lead, crashing out. Now Kilo ahead of Sharp Turns. Spare Parts Jr. trying to take off again for 3rd. Again, this is a preliminary round. Top 2 go to the winner's bracket. Bottom 1 going into our consolation bracket. And in the next round, we're talking no eliminations. So we'll take that. Sharp Turns on lap number 2. But this one's a close one. There's Kilo getting onto lap number 2. They're separated by 10 seconds right now. As your high seed, Sharp Turns leading the game. Looks like there are about 7 positions in qualifying here at the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. 59 pilots on my heat sheet. And we get across the line with Sharp Turns FPV, a 40 and a 28. And that's going to be good enough to move on in our winner's bracket to match number 8. We got to take 2 in our winner's bracket. Looks like Spare Parts Jr. taking that knee. And there's Kilo across the line, pulling up 2nd in this one to advance in our winner's bracket. 3rd going to go to Spare Parts Jr. Again, so not the worst. Let's see if we have any channel changes. Looks like we got channel changes. Sharp Turns FPV, you're going to go to race band 6 when you come back with Kilo, who's also got a channel change. Kilo to race band 8. Sharp Turns to race band 6. Kilo to race band 8 when you're back in match number 8. Channel change for Spare Parts Jr. as well. Spare Parts Jr. going to go to race band 1 when you come back in match number 7. So channel changes for everybody. And of course, you can follow those heat sheets as they update dynamically. multigp.live/new9. New 9. There's a look at our bracket. We're about to commence match number 5. There's a look at our winner's bracket. There's match number 5. So we got the Deans and Fitty. We're going to give them the track time because let's be honest, they could probably use it. We're going to run them. I'm getting an update. There was a whole shot in the last one. Right after this next heater now. Okay. And so. Okay. Just got an update from Seeker that we have a whole shot on that last heat. We have a whole shot rule. We're going to be rerunning that last heat. So we're going to figure out when we're going to be rerunning that last heat. So we're going to run the head-to-head for fun here first. Doug, do you have my replay? Okay. We're not going to run the rerun now. I have the replay. Do you have me? So let's take a look at that replay as we get things ready here. Match number 5. We'll come back. Why don't you have me? Oh, hold on. Maybe I got to send it to you because I disconnected everything. Yeah, you're not getting me. Hold on. Are you getting me now, Doug? How about now? Nope. Okay, hold on. It's making black. Hold standby. I'm kind of good. All right, we'll skip it for now. Oh, now you should have it, right? No, hold on. No, that's not it. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay, no. All right. You're ready to fly? Okay. We'll do the replay after we run this heat. And Doug, you should have me now. That was all on me. This is the Deans and Fitty. This is a race for fun right here. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, less than 5. There's a go tone. So we had heats of 3. We still bump them up, and we're just going to give them the track time here. There's no eliminations for Fitty and the Deans. We will move them up to match number 9 when this one is done. And we are going to go back to match number 4 right after these two pilots fly.
Fitty 50.8. Fidians 42.3.
Yes, sir. Fitty working on lap number 2. Looks like the Deans is working on lap number 2 as well.
41.5.
Fitty getting his done. And that one is done, so we will finish the race. Why do you need a review on Fitty? It doesn't matter. They're both advancing, so... Okay, they're both advancing. Yeah, Heat 4 rerun. Clear results. Yeah. Let me see now. So if I go like this. There we go. OBS. Now you got your replay, Dougie. What? There we go. So this one called back earlier for a whole shot. Let's take a look at what happened there. Ooh. What is the whole shot? It's the cube? Okay, so... Okay, so taking a look here. Sharp turns in Kilo. Go on board with Kilo in the top right. You see sharp turns in front of them. Around the flag, we're at the, wow. They have to get around the flag. Look at where the contact happens. Right at the turning pole, right there. Contact resulting in a crash before the hole shot designation. We rerun it. And the hole shot designation, backing up, is that flag right there, right by the crash gate. And right there, bang. That is where it happened. There's contact. Kilo brings it down, says, yeah, let's rerun it. We missed it, and even when we miss it, we finish the race. Let's watch it in real time just to appreciate how quick it was. Hole shot is after that flag. This is in real time. Through the start-finish gate, around the flag, and right at the flag. Contact resulting in a crash. Resulting in us now doing the rerun of heat number 4. Now, because we've invoked a hole shot, regardless of what happens here on the restart, there will be no hole shot. You follow? Let's go green. Pilots, arm your quads. We're live on the tone in less than 5. Go tone. We're up and at 'em. Cleaner start. And your leader right now, Kilo. Sharp turns is only about 6 feet back here. Now, when we ran the first time, sharp turns 1, Kilo was 2nd, spare parts was 3rd. And we are going to bring it in. We're going to rerun that one again. There's another rule that comes into play. So as we get things figured out, let's talk about some of the differences. I touched on it, and then we were racing. Obviously, in this situation, there's a lot of squirrel because I'm running a lot of the timing and scoring, plus trying to hang out with you here on the WeBLEED FPV YouTube channel, the Multi-GP YouTube channel, conversations with all of our crew. So I said there's some different rules, and then all of a sudden we got into a race. So let's talk about, well, the hole shot rule. We just saw that moments ago on the replay with this group. That was 2 heats ago. Contact resulting in a crash before the hole shot designated area, which is a turning pole. We will rerun it. Now, there's only one, and we're running it every single match. However, if a hole shot is ruled on the first time we go green, we will not do a second hole shot with that group. So there's 1 hole shot per bracket. Why are we rerunning this one? This is another one of those different rules. This one is the E-dock rule. When you get to brackets, everyone must take off. Make a best effort to take off, but if your quad doesn't leave the launch stand, you may invoke an E-dock rule. You only get 1 all day. So Spare Parts Jr. has called in his E-dock rule. And so issues this time around, but hopefully no more issues, as he only gets 1 E-dock. There is only 1 E-dock. This one would be a false start. You could stop on a false start. But there's only one hole shot. Done. There's only one. Oh, it's 1 restart per heat. I have that written down. Can confirm. E-dock is the exception. So I do have this rule. We're not making up rules on the fly. It is right there. 1 restart per heat. So we talked about the hole shot rule. That exists. We already seen it. We talked about the E-dock rule. It's kind of like 1 mulligan that every pilot gets to carry. And then there's also a false start. False starts are in play the entire time. There's only 1 restart per heat unless we're talking about E-dock rules. E-dock rules, 4 pilots, you could have 4 E-docks. You could rerun it essentially 5 times. But in terms of the hole shot and the false start, only 1 restart, which means when we go green on this one, unless we hear another E-dock, this one is going to be official. Pilots are set to fly. This is the rerun of match number 4. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races, and looks like we're looking for a few more E-Docs for Spare Parts Junior. Oh, he's able to take off. He is underway. And so this one is far from being decided right here. We are running hot. And Kilo with a bit of a crash. Sharp Turns FPV, your leader. Your high seed in our hobbyist division here at the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. 49th in qualifying over the course of the weekend. Makes Sharp Turns your top qualifier of the hobbyist division. Spare Parts underway, running in 3rd. Kilo getting on to the lead lap. So Sharp Turns is about done, about 3 sharp turns away from her crash gate. There's Sharp Turns making it official across the line. 2 laps in 63 seconds, plus another second to get to that crash gate. Kilo's on that lead lap, lap number 2. And I talked about all those rule differences that you may or may not be aware of. Another one is there's no NASCAR rule. There's no motocross rule when we get to Chase the Ace. There's no NASCAR rule, which means everyone must finish the race for their positions to be official. And so we make it official. Kilo in 2nd, Spare Parts Junior in 3rd. Spare Parts Junior working on lap number 2, and so we'll allow it to run out. And so, second verse, just like the first, we are taking Sharp Turns to match number 8 with a channel change to race band 6, and Kilo to match number 8 with that channel change to race band 8. Spare Parts Junior, we're going to have a channel change for you as well. Going to go to race band 1 when you come back in match number 7. And of course, you can follow the heat sheets as they update dynamically at multigp.live/new9/new9. So no eliminations as of yet. And so we are now at match number 6. I know that was 4, but that was the rerun of 4. We already ran 5. Now we're back into our winners bracket match number 6. Top 2 in this next one advance to our semifinal, the winners bracket. Bottom 2 go into our consolation bracket. Cancellation bracket. I have yet to wake up. The cancellation bracket. We keep changing the names of things. Let's do it. Used to be the well, I say consolation bracket. Then we turn it, it's actually, we call it now the redemption bracket. You tried your best bracket. The losers bracket. Oh, I think I have a truth coming in. It's the lower American bracket now. I just saw it on Truth. It's Truth official. Changing names of everything by decree. Let's take a look at what happened here a year ago. Your reserve champion of sport, Ethan FPV, is your high seed in this one. Quarterfinal of the winner's bracket. Ethan FPV, Denmark, Borgslayer, and Drain Nautilus getting set to fly. Good luck, pilots. Borgslayer was 11th in sport a year ago. We're going green. Pilots, arm your quads. We're live on the tone in less than 5. We're off to the races. Whole shot going to Denmark, then Ethan Borkslayer, Dre Nautilus. Here on the opening lap. And Ethan FPV has now taken the lead. Borkslayer up into second. Denmark is going to be closest to the transfer position. He is 6 seconds back from your top two to advance or remain in the winner's brackets. We're on lap number 2 here in our Hobbyist division. We're just running 2 laps to the session. And checkered flies for Ethan FPV, getting the win, advancing to our semifinal, the winner's bracket. And now we have a battle here side by side, Denmark and Borkslayer. And so I have Denmark and Borkslayer at the line. I think it's going to be a tail of the tape. I think it's going to be a tail of the tape as Dre Nautilus now finishing things up. So I'm going to, let's just see if we can replay. So our timer is based on obviously the start finish gate, but the question is who got into the crash gate first, as we saw a little bit different momentum between our pilots there. So before we know who was second, who was third, we are going to take a look at Borkslayer and Dre Nautilus. Dre, it's Denmark that we're worried about. And so on my replay, we got to hit some buttons here because on my replay, no good. Doug, when you have a chance, we're getting some weird sync issues or something going on here. If you just go to a slight holding pattern, Doug, Paul. Your capture is good, but all my capturing, like my screen is no good and no, yours is no good either. We got terrible video on 6, and I don't even know if I can make a call on who went in first. Save video as. Let's there we are. Let's rewind a little bit. And I think we can bring back the replay, Doug. Doug? Oh, you already got me, thank you. So the question is, we got some rolling video here from Borkslayer. So we're watching Denmark. Denmark. Definitely. Denmark went under. So that is now with this rolling video. I don't know what's going on with Borkslayer's video here. You went in the gate, right? Okay. So we're just going to. It's going to be Borkslayer and Ethan FPV moving on in our winner's bracket here. And again, multiple conversations going on. Denmark was in second on the top right-hand side of your screen. So even though you heard the timer ring, you got to go into the crash gate. But as you see, he goes under the crash gate. Doesn't count. And as watch on Denmark and even Ethan FPV. Denmark is under the crash gate, and you can see Borkslayer go into the crash gate right there. That is adding a little insult to injury, right? You're sitting there like, did I go into it? Oh, I mustn't have if I'm looking at the crash gate right now. And then in real time, there is Borg Slayer in the crash gate. Yes, sir. I like it. So a little adjustment here on our sheet. Second going to go to Borg Slayer. Third going to go to Denmark. And so that was a winner's bracket race. No eliminations. Let's finish up some racing here and bump them up. We're going to move Ethan FPV and Borg Slayer to match 11. No channel changes. And I got channel changes for Denmark and Dre Nautilus. Denmark to race band 1, Dre Nautilus to race band 8 when you come back in match number 9. Again, you can follow those heat sheets as they update dynamically. multigp.live/new9. Getting set for match number 7. This is another one that'll just be for fun. We're in the redemption bracket. We're at match number 7, bottom left of the screen there. This is one of those runs that's for fun. Sky Vet and Sharp Turns FPV. Which means on deck will be match number 8, Gatekeeper, Mr. Rabble, Sharp Turns FPV, and Kilo in the hole. The Deans, Denmark, and Dre Nautilus. Jesus says, Borg Slayer, bring in that RHD energy. What is the RHD energy, Borg Slayer? What's the RHD energy? Yeah, what is that? You don't even know? Well, you're bringing it, bud, according to Jesus. Bringing that RHD. Oh, yeah. It's not mentionable? All right. We'll cut that one out. We'll cut that one out. Shout out to Props Off. He's under recovery. Fell down the stairs. So he is icing himself up, sitting in the chair, watching it on 2 YouTube channels at the exact same time. Are they in sync? That is a big question. He's watching us on both the WeBLEED FPV and the MultiGP YouTube channel. All right. This one's for fun. No eliminations. Pilots arm your quads live on the tone. Lesson 5. Let's go tone. Sky Vet, first one off of the line. Spare Parts Junior working on that arming issue. He had limited RSSI earlier. He's already invoked 1 EDOC, and we have a 2-minute timer on the race. We will bring him in after 2 minutes. Say hello to Hooked FPV. He says, hello, YouTube land. Let's go racing. Yes, sir. Big day of racing. This is our Hobbyist division of the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. Then, in about an hour and a half, we will transition into our Sport division at 12 p.m. Eastern. And then following that at 3 p.m. Eastern, or sorry, Sport is qualifiers 33 through 48. Then we go to, that's at noon. Then our Pro Division, 17 through 32. That's at 3 p.m. And of course, tonight, the big night, your Elite class at 6 p.m. That's in 7 hours and 23 minutes from now. Your championship top 16 of the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. That'll be 5 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Pacific. Over in the UK, that's about 10 o'clock tonight. And for those watching in the land down under, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to kick off your St. Paddy's Day in Australia. That is when we'll be commencing our Elite bracket. Again, in about just under 7.5 hours from now, your championship top 16. A minute 50, minute 51, minute 52. Yes. They're having fun, though. That's the main thing. We have a new partner with us, RNB IT Solutions. They're a Rhode Island-based company that offers customized support for small businesses, working with a diverse roster of clients to create individualized plans that cover network health, network security, email systems, and disaster recovery as well. They're leaders in the industry. Their experienced team of IT engineers are eager to help you implement and maintain a program that addresses all your business's technology needs and exceeds your expectations. Email, network, security, and support for business, rbitsi.com. All right, looks like that one's done. And so we await match number 8 of our hobbyist class. Yep, SkyVet and Sharp Turns advancing. SkyVet competing at her first drone race of any scale, any type. Still in this one. No eliminations. We're at match number 8, bottom center, with Gatekeeper. Not your highest seed in this group, but he won match number 3. Making the trip here from Phoenix, Arizona, along with Mr. Rabble, Johnson City, New York. Sharp Turns, FPV of Warwick, Rhode Island. And Kilo, White River Junction, Vermont. Match 8. There's a look at him right there. Gatekeeper always looks like that, doesn't he? Always smiling. Always having a good time. All right, pilots. I think that's the problem. Arm your quads. We are going live. Stand by. Stand by. We're going to go live in about 30 seconds. Sorry, we're just shuffling things around here behind the scenes. We appreciate your patience. This is a winner's bracket race. Top 2 going to the semifinal, the winner's bracket versus Borg Slayer and Ethan FPV. Bottom 2 in the consolation bracket versus SkyVet and Spare Parts Jr. Let me know when you're ready, Douglas. Question came in from Just Sid. Is EDOC here? Yes, we're going to see EDOC a little later on tonight. Good luck, pilots. I'm ready. If you're ready, let's arm them and go. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone, less than 5. We're off to the races. Sharp Turns FPV with the whole shot. Looked like a little bit of a later start for Gatekeeper, but he's now pushing up into our lead. I like it. Sharp Turns FPV now, the number 1 spot. There's Gatekeeper and Kilo running 2nd and 3rd. Well, we got one across the line. That's Sharp Turns FPV. You get a win right there. And looking at Gatekeeper getting on to that lead lap, lap number 2 here in our Hobbyist division. running in second. Kilo was a tight second. And now looks like Gatekeeper pulls in the number 2 spot. Now results are going to be unofficial on this one. We do want to do an RF scan of the field. We were getting some video issues. Now, you heard me behind the scenes probably saying, hold on, my screen is flickering, my screen is flickering. I'm kind of a tech guy. I'm not the most descript. We're having ground station issues that were affecting my 4K portable monitors, which is our first sign that something was bad. And do you have your RF Explorer? Our live stream guru, Diver Down, Doug Kling, said he's watching the feeds as well. He's like, I think one of those quads is creating video issues for the others. And so we're just going to pause on those results and just see, was one pilot's quad affecting the rest of the field? And will that be something to look at? They're going to look behind the scenes there. That's what they do. Grand Moximo Coiner says, have fun, fly fast all. Says hello to Proximo. We're going to see Proximo a little later on. Also seeing a unlucky Denmark, it says there. Well, maybe a little unlucky. That was Denmark crashing under the start-finish gate. Unlucky, but into the consolation bracket. Not the worst. No eliminations as of yet with our hobbyist division. It's 10:45 in the morning here in Fayetteville, New York. We are inside the Craftsman Inn & Suites. Great venue. One of my favorite drone races of the year. Not just because it's in the Northeast. I know so many of these pilots from 5-inch racing. I've met many at last year's WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. And even at the International Open of the Tiny Whoop tent, a lot of familiar faces. Also, one of the shortest commutes I will have for a drone race outside of Canada. Been spending a lot of time with Just Jay going across Canada. They have a good thing going on in Ontario, Canada right now with the Toronto Multi-GP chapter, which is Rat Race FPV. They also have one up by Georgian Bay, the Wasaga Beach chapter. They also have another one in Brampton. They have another one in Kitchener-Waterloo. Of course, Niagara as well. Niagara, I believe, was the first ever Tier 1 Multi-GP chapter in Canada. And those 5 chapter organizers basically have created a super chapter in Canada, especially for whoop racing, but it's almost every single weekend, year-round. They also run 5-inch races, and so they pool all their resources, all their pilots, and we travel all across Ontario. Whoop racing a bunch here this winter. So we're going to go, results are official on that last one. So been very fortunate back home going to those races within that 2-3 hour range, but I drove by Farmers of the Niagara FPV chapter's house on the way here. I was 3 hours into my journey with 3 hours to go to the Northeast Whoop Championships. It must be nice. Nice little short drive. Of course, next week, getting on planes, going to Dallas, Texas. Mayhem, the 9th edition of the Mayhem Enduro Team race. Stoked for that trip. But I love coming to the Craftsman, especially during the day. I mean, I was very spoiled at the Multi-GP Championship, actually staying at the ranch, the host venue, literally there. Wake up in the morning, walk out. I'm at race control. Similar situation here for this event. We're racing in a banquet room of a hotel. That's where we're all hanging. We've heard about whoop houses. This thing is one big whoop house. They're all hanging out on the patios yesterday, night before. Going to do some bumping here. Going to take sharp turns in Gatekeeper to match number 11. No channel changes. Mr. Rabble, I got a channel change for you. Going to go to race band 2 when you come back with Kilo and match number 10. Of course, you can follow those heat sheets as they update dynamically. multigp.live/new9. That's the number 9. So much racing to get to. We should have the Deans, Denmark, and Drainautilus. No. And the Deans. And Fiddy. Should have Fiddy in this one. Oh, I know why you don't have Fiddy in this one. And my behind the scenes that no one knows what I'm talking about. I made a clerical error. I fixed it. This time I didn't need R&B IT Solutions, our ultimate sponsor, but in the future, if I get into a situation where scoring screen doesn't match my cheat sheet, Google Sheet, I know who to call. R&B IT Solutions. You don't have the Deans? Deans, where are you at? Sounds like he's working his way up. So in this one, third and fourth are going to be done, finishing up in that 9 to 12 range of our Hobbyist division. Top two advancing to match 12, staying alive in our redemption brackets. Great breakfast here at the Craftsman Inn and Suites as well. If you're in the upstate New York, Western New York area, you need a little staycation destination. Cannot recommend enough the Craftsman Inn and Suites. Last year, Jason Jeff of WeBLEED FPV said, if we do this again, will you guys come back down for it? I'm like, will it be at the Craftsman? They're like, probably. I'm like, then I'm in. Heck yeah. Let's go green contenders. Top two stay alive, bottom two eliminated. We're about to launch. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. We're out to the races. Denmark with the whole shot, and you see he's got a pace going out in the number 1 spot. Now you're going to put the Deans in second, Drainautilus third, Fiddy in fourth, but that's just on the opening lap. 2-lap races here in our Hobbyist division of the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. As we take your leader, Denmark, here he's over 3/4 of the way through, and looks like he just opened up a bit of a door here. Got a battle for second, third, the Deans and Drainautilus, and they were getting closer to our leader. There's Denmark now on to lap number 2. Starting things off with a 31-second lap time, not the worst, and he's sitting in first, looking to stay alive. And Dean's having some difficulty finishing up lap number 1, moving Drainautilus up into second. They're separated by a second now. 1.1 seconds, and now Drainautilus, who was in second, just crashed. That moves the Deans up into second. As we get by a little lap traffic, they're getting by Fiddy. And Fiddy, I believe, has now moved on to that lead lap as well. So a 3-way grind here for that second transfer position as we're about to wave a checkered inside of our crash gate for Denmark. Through the cube to the crash gate, and Denmark with the win when it matters, staying alive in our redemption bracket. Who is going to join him in match number 12? It looks like the Deans is in fine form right now. He's got about a 3-gate lead over Drainautilus. Oh, the Deans to the crash gate, and we get across the line. So Denmark, who missed a crash gate a few races ago, he brings it in there. 26 seconds over the rest of the field. That gives the Deans second. Fiddy going to pull up third. So in that officially 9 to 10 range when it's all said and done in our Hobbyist division for Fiddy. And Drainautilus going to finish up in that 11 to 12 range of our Hobbyist division. Round out their journey here at the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. That was match number 9. Getting set for match number 10. We're still in that redemption bracket. Skyvet, Spare Parts Junior, Mr. Rabble, and Kilo next to work. Which means on deck, semifinal of the winner's bracket, Ethan FPV, Borg Slayer, Sharp Turns, and Gatekeeper. Then in the hole, Denmark, the Deans, and I believe our top 2 in this next one. that we're about to launch match number 10. All smiles for Denmark and the Deans advancing on up. Say hello to Mr. Tiny Whoop himself, Jesse P, joining us on the Multi-GP YouTube channel. Hello and welcome to all of our viewers on the Multi-GP YouTube channel and the WeBLEED FPV channel. It's day 2 of the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championships. Yesterday we did qualifying with 61 pilots. We maxed out on ticket sales, 64 pilots. Few didn't make it, and well, from qualifying to brackets, a few didn't make that either. All the stories we get to tell. So it's a new game. 59 pilots. We're taking our field down to our 2025, down to 1, our 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop champion. Again, that is at 6 o'clock tonight when we get into that elite bracket, qualifiers 1 to 16. And so, Mr. Tiny Whoop, we're going to be visiting with you, I think about 3 o'clock this afternoon, Mountain Time. Not 2 o'clock Mountain Time, right? Nope. Somewhere 2 or 3. I know it's 3 Pacific. In 7 hours, 5 minutes from now, what a field it is going to be in that championship top 16. You got a huge field in that one. Fresh Bred, Tweech, Infernalistic, FPV Cam, Custom FPV, FPV Gaps, Rec, EDOC, Pino, Wordna FPV, Pork Chop FPV, AK, Proximo, Washed Analog Boy, last year's champion, Screecher, and our TQ top qualifier T-Dog at 6 o'clock tonight. All right, pilots, we're going green. Top 2, stay alive. Bottom 2, finishing in that 9 to 12 range. Good luck, contenders. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, less than 5. Off to the races. Whole shot going to Kilo. Kilo making that statement out front. You got Mr. Rabble running second. Sky Vet now in third. It looked like Spare Parts took off in about third, but having some issues here on the opening lap. Kilo flying in fine form, but has some company. We got a battle for the #1 spot in this one. Yes, indeed. Kilo just ahead of Mr. Rabble. They're only separated by 2 feet here on the opening lap. That's what we've been waiting for, and oh no issues for Mr. Rabble, giving a little breathing room to Kilo, still in this opening lap. And here comes Kilo through the start finish and on to lap number 2. Mr. Rabble working his way around the uprights. Now, that would have been an almost interesting line to the cube. Mr. Rabble now on to lap number 2 as well. And back through the high side of the cube. But you're looking at over 4 seconds. Kilo ahead of Mr. Rabble in the 1 and 2. And Sky Vet is a lap back. Was that lap traffic that Kilo just got by moments ago? Anything could happen, especially with the rule set here at the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. There is no NASCAR rules, so it doesn't matter when the winner of the heat finishes the race. Everyone must finish for their true position, and one true position is in. We got another truth. That is Kilo with the win of match number 10 to stay alive. Moving to match number 12, may have a channel change. We'll figure that out in a moment. And Mr. Rabble across the line, 10 seconds back in second to advance as well to match number 12. Looks like that is going to give third in this one to Sky Vet, competing in their first drone race. So that's going to finish in the top 10 of Hobbyist Division. Spare Parts Junior, 4th in the match, and so that is 11th or 12th overall in our bracket of our Hobbyist Division. As that concludes match number 10, let's bump a few up, as it were. Kilo and Mr. Rabble We are going to take you to match number 12. No channel changes. No channel changes. That was match 10. Up next, semi-final of the winner's bracket is where we are at. I talked about extra pilots this year, right? We touched on that. Last year's 59. No, last year was 57 when we made it to bracket day. This year, 59. And again, we lost 2 between qualifying and brackets, so we actually had 61 pilots. But here in the semifinal of the winner's bracket, you got Ethan FPV. He was last year's reserve champion of sport. Here he is. Top 8 of Hobbyist right now. You also got Borg Slayer. He finished 11th last year in our sport division. Along with Sharp Turns FPV and Gatekeeper. This is a true Northeast match right here, aside from Gatekeeper of Arizona. Sharp Turns representing Rhode Island, Borg Slayer representing Maine, and Ethan FPV representing New Hampshire. Cadet Ethan FPV. You better win this one. Gonna want to see him drop and give us 20. Well, I haven't learned how to do that yet. Yep. Yes, sir. Bagzilla says this is going to be a good heat. Yes, indeed. Could be a precursor to our final 4. We're going green. Thank you, Seeker. All right, pilots, arm your quadcopters. We are live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the race as we go. Pitter patter, we're at her. Whole shot going to go to Ethan FPV. Then Sharp Turns, Gatekeeper, Borg Slayer, 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is truly anyone's game right now. So a podium last year for Ethan FPV. Looking again, another one. Again, we're down to the top 8, final 8 here of our Hobbyist division. And our first issues here coming in for Sharp Turns FPV. Looks like Borg Slayer with some issues as well. And so Sharp Turns finding a gear as we wave a white flag. 1 to go for Ethan FPV, your leader after 1. Sharp Turns up into second, 4.3 seconds back from our leader. This is a semifinal, the winner's bracket. Top 2 going to our final, bottom 2 to the redemption bracket. And now Gatekeeper running third, 5.1 seconds back from the transfer position. Watching your top 2, they are flying hot. Now issues for Sharp Turns FPV. He goes down right by RB and RBI&T Solutions banner. And so I think that just put Gatekeeper up. Oh, no. Sharp Turns finished it. I don't know if he did an entire lap, though. You think it's good? All right. We might just double-check that one. But Gatekeeper finishing up. If I can have Jace come over. He is our official review official. Just to confirm before things are all said and done, unofficially, that's going to give Gatekeeper third. And we will play back the tape on that one. Just to double check. Just to confirm. Jace, Borg Slayer. Oh, he was racing in that one, but he is our official review official. I know, but you have to do your job. You gave yourself this job. I have to do my own DVR review? No. Yeah, I just want to confirm Sharp Turns lap.
He wants to verify he went through that gate when he crashed, I think. Sharp Turns, where is he? Yeah, bottom left.
You got him? I just want to confirm this last lap. Make sure, like, when he crashes, where he crashes. And so that one is pending a review. While we play back the tape here, Going to be looking for Denmark, the Deans, Kilo, and Mr. Rabble. Match number 12 in our redemption bracket. They're in the top 8 as well. Two of them going to advance into the semifinal of the consolation bracket, and the other two finishing in that 7th or 8th position overall. And then you just want to... this one, you want to unplug them, Dougie? We're going to do a review here. Yeah, a minute, an unplug minute. Yeah, an unplug minute. So the question is here, does he go through the gate? Let me see if I can do a button. That's number 3. There we go. Full screen. So this is the gate he crashes into. He's on the tube. And look, he's looking right at it right there. But is that breaking the plane? And he crashes out there. Now let's see where he lands. Looking at the front of it. But then he goes through it. But then after the crash, he goes through it, right? He's on the back of it. We're just going to play it back one more time here. Want to make... Hits the tube. Rejects the spin. Huh? This is production.
That's, okay, so he's looking at the R&B gate in that one frame right there.
Okay.
He's through.
He's through?
He's through. Yeah. He's
Well,
backwards, but he's through.
after review of the tape, results are official on that. He's through.
All right, Cody.
So our pilots are going to get ready. I am going to hit a couple of buttons. I'm about 45 seconds. We're not in a super rush here. As I do have to confirm that I don't have any... That's Ethan and Sharp Turns. Want to make sure I have no channel changes, etc. No channel changes. Ethan FPV and Sharp Turns FPV are in your final 4. Match number 14. Gatekeeper and Borgslayer, journey not done yet. You are in the on-deck heat semifinal of the consolation bracket or redemption bracket or cancellation bracket, Dougie. And no channel changes for them. There's a look at match number 12, where we're at Denmark, the Deans, Kilo, and Mr. Rabble. Let's go green. Top 2 advancing to the next race. 3rd and 4th finish 7th and 8th overall in our Hobbyist division. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quadcopters. Live on the tone in less than 5. We are off to the races. Issues for Kilo. Remember, Kilo got a big win in match number 10. All eyes on Denmark right now. Denmark, your leader. has about a 4-gate lead over our field. Over those uprights, over to our cube. On to lap 2, we go with Denmark. Just flying his own race right now. So we still watch those issues for Kilo. It's moving Mr. Rabble and the Deans up into second and third. And we had a battle for second, third. Mr. Rabble is just ahead of Mr. Deans, but Mr. Rabble crashed right after the second pass of the cube on lap number 2. That's moved Deans up into second for the transfer position. But Mr. Rabble going to try and catch up for that other transfer position. Denmark with the win unofficially. And now Mr. Rabble and the Deans. It was looking like it was going to be a nail biter, but the Deans gets through. Mr. Rabble 2.4 seconds back in third. So the Deans, under all that pressure, is able to hold off the field. And so that's going to give first to Denmark, second to the Deans, third to Mr. Rabble. That's going to put him 7th overall in our hobbyist class. And fourth to Kilo. That is going to put him 8th overall in our hobbyist class here at the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. Denmark and the Deans get new lipos in. You are back-to-back. No channel changes. You are in the semifinal of the redemption bracket. One stop away from our final 4 of our hobbyist division. Tiny Whoop says, come on, Rabble. Yes, sir. Rabble, top 8. So those watching on the Multi-GP YouTube channel, in addition to the WeBLEED FPV channel, we're excited to have each and every one of you with us here this morning. This is coming to the final end of our hobbyist division with match number 13, semifinal of the redemption bracket. You see it there, bottom right. Top 2 in that, advancing to our final with Ethan FPV, Sharp Turns FPV. And that is our final 4, Chase the Ace round. We will run that final 4 repeatedly until someone gets 2 wins. Pair of wins, pair of aces, that's your champion. Second, third, and fourth are decided by finish points. If you have a second and a second, that's 4 points. You have a third and a third, that's 6. So the lower score there would rank you higher. The pair of seconds would outrank the pair of thirds. Then it gets funky as you're running multiple rounds, right? Second and a third, third and a second. That'd be a total of 5 for each pilot. That would be a statistical tie. Well, here at the WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championships, when there's a tie in the Chase the Ace round, we race off 1 lap, the tying pilots, to decide the balance of our podium positions. So we may have 6 heats still to go. Ahead of our visit with our sport class pilots, qualifiers 33 through 48. It'll be at the top of the hour. Wherever you are in the world right now, add 48 minutes. Is that right? Yeah, 48 minutes. And that is when our kickoff time is for a sport. And each of our divisions, the hobbyist, the sport, the pro, and the elite, is a different broadcast. So if you're watching on a computer especially, just hit an additional tab. On Windows, hold down Control tab. Mac, hold down Command tab. Go to the channel that you're watching us on, whether it's the WeBLEED or the Multi-GP YouTube channel, and just sign up for those notifications for our remaining matches to go, because this is just an appetizer, as it were. This is just a warm-up to what we're going to get into a little later on tonight. I talked about that elite bracket our championship top 16 that we're going to feature at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, right? Fresh Bread in 16th, Tweech, Infernalistic, FPV Cam, Custom FPV, FPV Gaps, Rec, Canada's E-Doc, Pinot, WordNet FPV, Canada's Pork Chop FPV, AK, Proximo, Washed Analog Boy, Screecher, and our top qualifier, T-Dog. And qualifying was pretty tight. T-Dog got the field by about 0.3 of a second per lap on his fast 3 in qualifying. That is not much. That is not much. It is going to be a banger. Oh, man. The top 4 are separated by less than 0.4 of a second a lap. The top 4 of Elite tonight. That is tomorrow, or that is tonight, rather. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow and tonight's a mystery. And today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Semi-final of the redemption bracket. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone. Less than 5. Off to the races we go. It looked like the Deans was the first one off the blocks. So right now we're top 6 of a hobbyist, but we can break that top 4 and race a bit more if we're the top 2 here in this semifinal of match number 13 of the redemption brackets. Gatekeeper wants it. He's got some issues. He's going to drop down into 4th. Your leader right now, Borg Slayer. Then you have Denmark, the Deans, Gatekeeper. Let's go on to lap number 2 here in a moment. There's Borg Slayer on to lap number 2. White flag flying, 1 more to go for him. We've got a battle for 2nd, 3rd, Deans and Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper has gone from 3rd into 2nd. The Deans did it once a match ago. With that pressure on the final lap, gaining that 1 position for the transfer position, he'll need to do it again. He'll need to get by Gatekeeper, who is in that 2nd place position. They're only separated by 2 gates right now. Borg Slayer, Gatekeeper, the Deans. Now you got Denmark on that lead lap, that final lap. And, of course, we have to finish the race. And the first one is Jace. Borg Slayer across the line. He is in your final 4 of our Hobbyist division. And there's Gatekeeper getting into our crash gate to be our crash gatekeeper here this morning. And so Gatekeeper into our final 4. That is going to give 3rd to the Deans. Very nice, Deans. Going to finish up number 5 spot overall in our Hobbyist division. And Denmark going to just finish strong here in the number 4 spot. 6th overall in Hobbyist. There is your finish. Is that Borg Slayer's photo from this year or last year? Yes. All right, back-to-back situation. Borg Slayer and Gatekeeper. They have now advanced into our final 4. Looks like no channel changes. Borg Slayer race band 8, right? It normally like gives me the thing. It didn't give me the thing. Yeah, no channel change for Borg Slayer, no channel change for Gatekeeper. Yep. So your final 4 is set. Ethan FPV, Sharp Turns FPV, Borg Slayer, and Gatekeeper. Your Chase the Ace finale is coming up here in mere moments as we charge up a couple lipos. Our thanks to our great partners of the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championships. Thank you to our ultimate sponsor, RNB IT Solutions. Elevate your digital capabilities at rbitsi.com. They're based in Rhode Island. Our platinum partners, Emax. Big fan of Emax. Obviously seeing a lot of tiny Hawk Nano Scouts in the game. Emax with motors, all kinds of parts and accessories, and also full build, bind and fly, ready to fly kits of all sizes, micro all the way up to 5-inch and more. We're ready for round number 1 already. Pilots are set to fly. Chase the Ace round number 1 is upon us. With your final four, we're going to run repeatedly until one pilot gets 2 wins, 2 aces to be our Hobbyist Division champion. Good luck, pilots. We're about to hit the big go button right now. Pilots, arm your quads. Chase the Ace round number 1 is live on the tone in less than 5. We are up and at 'em. And we are through. Looks like issues for Borg Slayer well after the turning pole. And so he's going to race to turtle on this one as we are chasing Ethan FPV, your early leader. But he's got lots of traffic right behind him here on this opening lap. Chase the Ace round number 1, doing 2 laps again here in our Hobbyist division. We'll add some laps as we add some more pilots in. Ethan FPV, your leader after 1. On to lap 2, we take him. He's got a 2.6 second lead over Sharp Turns, who's currently in second. Gatekeeper running third, 3.8 seconds away from our top 2. So that is not much of a gap as well. We can change some things as we look to Borg Slayer about to get onto that lead lap as well. And so all 4 are on our final lap, chasing Ethan FPV as he is now lining things up on the start finish and the crash gate. And Ethan FPV, your winner of Chase the Ace round number 1. Will last year's reserve champ of sports be this year's Hobbyist champion? We'll see how it plays out as we look to Sharp Turns FPV. Sharp Turns FPV pulling up second on that one. Gatekeeper in third, and 4th to Borg Slayer. Gadget IRC, or Gadget RC, says, those gates are sweet. Yes, sir. Need gates? Want gates? One place to go. WeBLEEDFPV.com. Think of all your LED gates, your fabric gates. It's what we love about Tiny Whoopin'. All the world is a race course with Tiny Whoop. I know Mr. Tiny Whoop himself joining us not too long ago in the chat. Earlier, I was talking about our great host venue here, the Craftsman Inn and Suites in Fayetteville, New York, turning into one big whoop house. Question coming in on the chat: what is Chase the Ace? Yeah, I talked about it earlier in the brackets, but we went right from match 13 into Chase the Ace round number 1, so I didn't get to do much setup. My apologies to those at home following along. Chase the Ace means we run this final 4 group of pilots repeatedly until someone gets 2 wins. 2 aces, they are the winner. So now 1 ace, 1 win awarded to Ethan FPV. He's your first ace to chase. Well, we go green here on heat number 2. That means it is going to be on Sharp Turns, who is second, Gatekeeper, who is third, Borg Slayer, who is 4th to get a win. And that would push it to another round. We run again and again. Could be as many as 5 races as we get ready to launch them. Chase the Ace round number 2. Good luck, pilots. Ethan FPV is your ace to chase. Arm your quads. We are live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races, and issues there for Gatekeeper and Borg Slayer, relatively off the start. Unfortunately, they made it off the launch block, so no E-dock rule, and I don't think there was contact, so no hole shot rule. And so it is on Sharp Turns FPV to push this into extra innings as he has issues. Right now, it could be all Cadet Ethan FPV. As, wow, him and Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper is caught up as well. Holy, no, that's what I thought. Yeah, Ethan FPV now on lap number 2. And so Gatekeeper had some issues. I'll adjust things there. We are going, this one is unofficial now. Issues for your leader, Ethan FPV, going down. He's got an 11-second lead over Sharp Turns FPV, who's on that lead lap, lap number 2, final lap as well. But Sharp Turns just crashed out as well. And now we get Gatekeeper onto that lead lap as well. So 3 remaining pilots on lap number 3. Ethan FPV's across the line. But results are unofficial. Results are unofficial. We are going to review the whole shot on this one. And finish positions matter right now. That's Gatekeeper looking to finish up 3rd. So it looks like as long as pending the whole shot situation, we may be rerunning it. And if not, our podium decided as the finish order looks to be the same between Chase Ace round number 1 and Chase Ace round number 2. And so just gonna hit 19 buttons here, and we are about to review this whole shot.
That bump, what was that? Was that me hitting the curtain?
We will take a look at it here behind the scenes, queuing things up. And you should have it. It's pretty close. Gatekeeper's about to bounce off the top of the cube here. So he almost hit the timer. Is that who hits Jace? No, you get by him. Oh, now watching. Hey, Doug. Doug, review. And so watching Borg Slayer here. It's like AM radio for those watching at home. We're getting a play-by-play. Borg Slayer getting above Ethan FPV. So is there contact? Not as yet. Ethan FPV with a tight line. Oh, Borg Slayer wanted the whole shot review, but he hit the curtain. Do we have a curtain rule? There is no curtain rule. Oh, next year, the Borg Slayer curtain rule. And so it's a two-parter. First, the curtain must match the carpet. And secondly, if you hit the curtain, that means everything is decided. Well, that means results are official on that one as we round out our hobbyist division. 4th overall, Borg Slayer. Your second runner-up, 3rd on our podium, Gatekeeper. Your reserve champ, hobbyist, is Sharp Turns FPV. And your 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop champion, hobbyist class champion, Cadet Ethan FPV. Well, the lights come on here inside the banquet room, inside the Craftsman Inn and Suites. And so we're standing by. Looks like we're about to do a podium presentation. So stick around for that as we award some hardware to your top pilots here, the hobbyist class. And then again, in about 33 minutes, we'll be kicking things off. A brand new event on the Multi-GP YouTube channel and the WeBLEED FPV YouTube channel as well. Our sport class division qualifiers 33 to 48. Again, that's about 32 and a half minutes away. 32 and a half minutes away. And then 3 hours, 32 minutes away, our pro division, qualifiers 17 through 32. And then tonight, 6 o'clock, it'll be our top 16 of Elite. We are set for our podium presentations off to the side. Let's recognize your 3rd runner-up, 4th overall in a hobbyist. That is Borg Slayer. He wasn't slow. Where's that confidence that we're looking for? Hold on, Jay. Borg Slayer, come on back. Come on back. Holy, this guy. Well, it's got to be tough being one of the managers of the event, producing the event, along with your partner, Jeff, of course, of WeBLEED FPV. So you had to do double, triple hat duty. Plus, you were our media people here with the television crew this morning representing not just the event, but drone racing worldwide. How were you able to still stay in it and get a piece of the podium here this morning?
Well, honestly, I think, dedication, hard work. I think I want to thank God. And that's about it, and I did not sandbag.
There you go. There we are. Last year, he's top 11 of sport. This year, top 4 of Hobbyist. Congratulations, Borg Slayer. Well, there's very few that traveled further, and now it's going to be worth the journey right now. Your second runner-up. Third on our podium, Mr. Gatekeeper. Third in Chase Ace round number 1, third in Chase Ace round number 2. So we all know about the whoop scene in Arizona. We know about the drone racing scene in Arizona. And it's all due to this guy who's been a chapter organizer for about 5 years at least. And it's got to be fun to be able to kick back here and compete as a pilot and represent so well here this morning.
It is. It's great to sit and relax, actually concentrate on flying. These guys put on a great show. I appreciate all the work. So thanks, guys. It was fun.
Super stoked to see him on our podium. Your second runner-up, third overall, Gatekeeper. Congratulations. Yes. And our reserve champion, second in Chase Ace round number 1, second in Chase Ace round number 2, Sharp Turns FPV. I love it. Analog for the win, the old box goggles. You know, HD Zero has now come out with a box goggle. Are you ready to move to not only HD Zero and HD box goggle? What do you think?
I like the weight of the analog, so I think I'll stick with analog. But, I like the stuff that HD Zero is doing too.
Well, we love what you're doing. Reserve champion here, the Hobbyist division. How did you qualify, and how did you work your way through the bracket, you think?
Well, I did a lot of time on the sim. I set up kind of a track in my girlfriend's basement to practice some of the elements a little bit in real life, and I think that helped. My qualifying time wasn't exactly what I hoped it would be, but, I liked working my way through the brackets. It was really fun. It was a super fun day. I appreciate everybody who put this on and organized it and helped get the wheels turning to actually make it a cool event to watch and to participate in.
And thanks as well to the girlfriend allowing you to set up the practice course in the basement as well. Congratulations, your reserve champion, Sharp Turns FPV. Yeah, buddy. And now let's bring in our first champion crowned to the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. Your champ, a hobbyist class cadet, Ethan FPV. Yes, sir. Another medal last year, reserve champ of sport. A little bit of a different game here in 2025, though. You have been distracted. You got some other things you're working towards. Haven't been able to fly as much, but still got to be pretty happy to come back, fly a little bit, and walk away with a medal.
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to come out here and have a good weekend racing tiny whoops, and did just that.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like at. Well, I know you're going to Mayhem, but we got I/O, we got Champs, we got all those big events, and I mean you're at every one of them, and going off on some other adventures here for the later part of the year. So we're going to miss you. It wouldn't be an event without Ethan here. Great to watch you race, and nice smooth lines there. Did you feel like you were getting better as the event progressed?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't really practice much, but as I progressed through the brackets, I was definitely getting better. So
I think if we play back the tape from last year, I think it was the exact same thing, right? Yeah, just hanging out, chilling. Well, chilling and winning. Your hobbyist champion, Ethan FPV. Congratulations. And we'll get all four in for our podium presentation. Here are photos as well. Borg Slayer, Gatekeeper, Sharp Turns FPV, and Ethan FPV. Your final four podium lineup for photos. The Hobbyist Division of the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. Well, the clock is stopped 11:33 a.m. Eastern, 10:33 Central, which means we're 27 minutes away from commencing the party again and again and again. We're back here in just under 26 minutes. A different event on the Multi-GP YouTube channel and the WeBLEED FPV YouTube channel. It is our sport division, which again are those qualifiers in that 33 to 48 range. We're going to get them a practice pack and a bracket race. And you're going to see the practice and the brackets when we're back here in about 26 minutes time. Different events on the same channels. Don't go anywhere. It is a big day as we crown champions here, the 2025 WeBLEED Northeast Whoop Championship. We'll see you in about 26 minutes time.